What up? What up? What up? It's your boy, your man. I'm back. Guess what, people? You made it. Episode 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. You've made it to episode 4 of the No MAAM Fantasy Football Podcast. Give it up for yourself, people. Give it up for yourself. That's what I'm talking about. As always, in the house, we got my man, 50 grand, the greatest co-hosts. You notice I used the S on that one. I'm going to get to that in a second. Co-hosts ever, Mr. James Wesley Easton. What up, Wes?
What up, Wes?
What up, fellas? Just a little hurt. I'm 1-3 in the league. Got a bunch of injuries. It's a long season. I'll figure it out.
But I could happily report he's COVID-free. No COVID.
No COVID. There you go.
No COVID. No COVID.
That matters right there.
Yeah, you got the mask, people. Put it on. You got them wearing.
Mask on.
And now it's official. Contract signed, filed, sealed, everything in the vault. My man, 50 grand, is back. He's the guru. Straight up and down, he's the guru. It is what it is. Garcia. What up, G?
Yeah, what's going on? Chilling, man. Having a good time. A lot of sports. Great week of football. Won all 3 of my fantasy leagues. 3-1 in every league. You know what I mean? You got to take a win however you can take it, baby. And I took 3 of them this week.
Hey, so let me ask you. I mean, now that you're full-fledged, how you feeling right now, man?
I feel great, man. I definitely appreciate you and Wes allowing me to just come in and be the third wheel, help y'all out a little bit, and help learn a lot from you guys as well. Help y'all while also being helped. While we all help each other out and make this fun, man.
Yeah, we need to blow this up, people. So if you're watching this, share it with everyone. Your grandma, your grandpa, your cousin. Shit, if you're dating your sister, tell her about it. I don't care. Just do what you do and blow us up. We're trying to make it out here. So,
that's it.
We're gonna get into it, man. We're just gonna get into it today. I mean, to be honest with you, I mean, I want to tell you what we're gonna do. We're gonna talk about the NFL. We're gonna talk about the fantasy impact that the NFL games, not all the games, but a lot of the games had on your fantasy. In that time, talking about some of the highlights, the lowlights, whatever it is, We're going to go, after that, we're going to go through, are you serious? We're going to give you your Are You Seriouses this week. And I got a good one, I think. I'm pretty proud and ready for that. There's no more. I don't know. Calm down, people. Sit down for this one. There is no more Stardom Sit-Ems. We have renamed it and shall never be named the old way again.
Never.
It was Stardom Sit-Ems. Now it's Yes, ma'am. No, ma'am. It's genius. I'm sorry. From genius. I mean, same difference. I'm just saying. We're gonna go to upsets of the week. We're gonna do 2 layers with this one. We're gonna pick an NFL upset of the week, and then a fantasy no MAAM upset of the week. We're gonna throw that in there, and then as we do, this is what you're here for, man. This is what you signed on for, the No MAAM Fantasy Football League. It's better than the show on FX. I'm promising you that. We're going to tell you about the league. We're going to give you the up-to-date minutes of the league. You heard Wes belly aching a little bit that he lost. I don't know what that's like this week. I'm sorry. Sorry, Wes. But we'll talk about, in my opinion, and we will end it on this. Give you a little nugget. There's 2 people on this video that are playing each other this week. And let's just say it's been a pretty good rivalry for years. And here's a hint as to who it is. One of them is not Genus. Who could it be? But let's jump into it. Gene, take the floor on this one. Let's recap the life of an NFL star. Let's go.
Yep. Going back to last week's game, starting Thursday night, man. Broncos at the Jets. Sam Darnold against rookie and Brett Ripon. Who was it? Matt Ripon. Ripon. The nephew. 240-something yards, 2 touchdown passes. First career start. And they beat the lowly Jets. I mean, whoever has pretty much any player besides Jamison Crowder from the Jets you might think about cutting him.
Yeah, trade him, drop him, put him on the COVID list or something. But hey, but we did see somebody that we haven't seen in a while in the game. The ghost that tackled Sam Darnold on that one sack. He came back. The ghost of MetLife Stadium is back. So.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, I mean, I had Melvin Gordon in the league. 25 points. Depending on how your league is scored, 25 to 30 points he had. Rippon gave me 30. So I mean, I thought it was a good game. Broncos get their first victory. Look, anyone who took the under in that game is crazy.
For sure.
I mean, no team, neither one of them have any defense. So.
Yeah.
Did you watch the game?
None of them had any offense either.
Well, so that's true.
So
65 points.
Like a 10-7 game. And,
you know who looked good though? Jerry Jeudy.
He did catch a bomb touchdown.
Yeah, he had a nice catch. But my problem is like with that and more games that we'll probably talk about is you go to that guy one time, he has a phenomenal catch and gone.
The catch was more of a bad defensive play. I think the defender was more out of whack in that play and slipped, which he had an interception. Went ball right through his hand. I think hit him in the head, and freaking Jeudy caught it and just ran it in.
Hey, I'm trying to make him look good, man.
Nonetheless, it was a touchdown, and it was a deep one.
It was a deep one.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what to say. I mean, the Jets defense did have a pick six and gave 8 points in fantasy, which is
respectable, right?
Right?
For the Jets.
Pick six. Without that pick six, you're looking at probably 2.
Right. Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, moving on to the next game, let's talk about your Bengals against the Jaguars, Mitch. Wes, start us off with that one. Go ahead. Anything to say about
that? You know what? I'm glad you gave me that game because I've been trying to find Joe Burrow wherever I can get him. I like the volume. Like, I know it was all about mixing last week, but I just kind of see Joe Burrow. He's kind of climbing into that I want to say top 15 quarterbacks. I don't want to say he's a starting quarterback yet, but he's in there for just the amount of throws he got. I like the receivers he's got. And it's just a whole bunch of things. And I think once the offense comes around, that's going to be a pretty tough offense to kind of deal with.
Yeah.
So Wes, let me ask you this though, in your opinion, a guy. So from a fantasy perspective, because I got him in a few leagues, and I know some other people got him out there. What's going on with AJ Green? I mean, is it just no chemistry? Is it he's getting covered because he's AJ Green?
I haven't looked at him like that to kind of see what's wrong with AJ Green. I just see what's working, and whatever. Like I said, it's almost like AJ Green got to figure it out because T. Higgins and Tyler Boyd figured it out.
They figured it out.
Even that Thomas kid, right? Michael Thomas.
Yeah, Michael
Sample had several catches. I mean,
exactly.
Everybody's getting the ball besides AJ.
It's like, dude, you got to get
Giovanni Bernard's even getting the ball. I mean,
exactly.
Yeah.
So, like I said, you got to go with what's working and not,
right.
Trying to see what's not working. Like, hey, y'all got to figure this out with AJ. But until then, Joe Burrow and the receivers, like I said, it took Joe Mixon to what, week 4 for him to get off. So,
what do you have, 151?
Oh, yeah, he had a monster day. He was catching it, Mixon. He was catching, he was running.
Mixon definitely.
He had about 25 carries, I think.
We have 151 yards, and he had 6 catches for 30 yards. 1 touchdown passing, receiving, and 2 touchdowns rushing.
Yeah, when he leaped over that guy to get in the end zone, I literally shitted a tear.
Oh, Mitch, stop talking. You're giving away my players. I'm talking about nobody leaping over nobody.
Well, the only thing I got to say is on that game is bring on Baltimore.
Cool. My upset of the week last week, the Browns over the Cowboys. I know Wes was like, hey, not really an upset, but come on, man. Anytime the Browns are 2-1, like I said, any team that they beat besides the Bengals is basically an upset.
You know what? I give it to you, G, because like I said, I wasn't calling it an upset because I figured that you guys were going to run on Dallas. Like I said, if y'all run on Dallas and control the clock, but y'all put up almost 50 points, man. Like at that point,
307 yards rushing.
Holding the ball. Y'all put up 50 points.
Yeah. But in addition to that, real quick, Wes, 300-plus yards rushing without their starting running back. Don't get me wrong. We got another 1A and Kareem Hunt, but he barely played too. He had 11 carries for 70 yards.
Because I want to say it looked easy. I want to say it looked easy.
But let me ask you this. Let me pose this to you, though. Does it scare you that the defense gave Dak Prescott 500 yards passing?
It doesn't, man, because, I mean, we played to protect the lead instead of try to win the game. Okay. There was a lot of time left, and we were running the ball. Now they're stacking the box, and we're still doing the same plays, right? Yeah. Now they're going to naturally stop the run if you put 8 in the box more times than none. And that's what they did in the fourth. And all we were trying to do was, hey, let's kill this clock. If we get a first down or two, eat 2-3 minutes, give them the ball back. We knew they're going to score. And then, luckily, we were able to ice the game at the end there.
Yeah, like the way I looked at that game was that, you know, here you have given up. You know, you're scoring all these points. You're scoring at will basically on the Cowboys. Which, you know, if you got fantasy note, if you got anyone, especially receivers, going up against the Cowboys, start them or yes, ma'am them. But you like I do that in there, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. But if you notice with that game, it started to get to them, and they almost gave that game up because of that, you know. But I digress. They won, great job, you know. And again, you talked about fantasy. Odell Beckham,
Mitch. I know Dak had great numbers. But, dude, he almost had, like, 3 more picks. Cleveland couldn't catch the ball. Like,
no, I get it.
They were there.
No, I get it. No.
I think the turnovers were timely for the Browns. I mean, two fumble recoveries, and we scored on both of them. Right. You know, just an interesting stat from the Browns, guys, real quick, and then we'll move on. They're number 1 in takeaways on defense. When was the last time you ever heard of that from the Browns after 4 weeks? They have 10 takeaways on defense. They're number 1 in plus minus at +6, and they're number 1 in rushing in the NFL, over 200 yards a game rushing right now. Okay. So I mean,
that's a good stat.
If they can keep going, they have a chance to be doing something special, like finally getting to the playoffs. Honestly.
So again, bringing it now back down to the fantasy level, though. So now, if you have an Odell and you have a Jarvis Landry or even a Kareem Hunt at this point, I mean, Nick Chubb's on the IR for the next 6 to 8 weeks. Sell high. I mean, if you're looking for a position to fill, and you know those guys are going to be producing, I mean, that's trade value, man.
On Hunt right now, you could get something good for.
Yeah, I mean, the Browns players. I mean, I didn't really know what Baker's stats were, but you know, it's Baker.
150-something yards. Game manager.
It was all about the running game, dude.
Yeah, I mean,
2 TDs, no picks, no turnovers, just clean game.
They ran for 300 yards.
No, I know. I get it. I mean, what?
Throw it.
Odell had 75 of it. It was up. All right, so let's move on to the next game. What's your next game on the
Saints Lions, man? Saints Lions. Latavius Murray had a big day.
Yeah.
64 yards, 2 touchdowns. Kamara, he does what Kamara does, 20 plus.
Traquan Smith had a great day.
He had 2 touchdowns also.
Traquan had a great day. He's turning into a good receiver now. And I think that with Michael Thomas coming back now, if Drew Brees is smart, which I know he is, and I'm so tired of people crapping on this guy, but if Drew Brees and Sean Payton put together this game plan to incorporate both of them, and then you throw in a little dash of your running back game, because I mean Kamara's part of the offense. Period. I mean you're not. Yeah. I mean whatever I say, it's Kamara's already there. But if you could throw in Traquan and Michael Thomas and get a healthy Jared Cook and Latavius Murray, that team will be unstoppable.
I think they've been missing Michael Thomas a lot. Yeah. I mean, this game they finally came out. I mean, Drew Brees looked somewhat solid because the previous 2 games he wasn't throwing the ball more than 7 yards.
Right.
I mean, he did a lot better this week as far as throwing the ball, spreading it around. I think he has that feeling, hey, my number one is coming back, and I think he's ready to play now. I think that's what.
Well, in a segment coming up in a little while, I'm going to talk about that, and the research, it's going to blow your mind when I give you these statistics. So, all right, what's the next one?
Chargers, Bucks, man. How about Tom Brady? Wes, how about Tom Brady, Wes?
You got the wrong one, man. Oh.
No. 5 touchdowns, man.
5 touchdowns. Hey, shout out to Kelly, who has Tom Brady against me and lost. But
and lost. He had 2 of the top 5 scorers and lost. We'll talk about that later, though.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, dude, he threw 5 touchdowns, 5 different receivers, 1 pick, another pick 6, by the way, which is like his 5th in like the last 6 games or something like that.
Yeah.
Going back to last year.
Yep.
But I mean, other than that, I mean,
he had a good week. I can't complain. Normally, you see that game because I think they were down like 17, something like that in that game. And normally last year with Jameis, they don't come back from that. Like you see Jameis throwing interceptions and they don't come back from that.
Just done.
It was I think it was a good win for them. Like I said, you talking to the wrong one if you want me to pat Tom Brady on the back.
No, I don't like to either, but reality is he did good yesterday.
Exactly. I can't say that. 5 touchdowns.
Yeah.
Next game, Ravens, the football team, 31-17 Baltimore.
I just don't, you know what? I don't want to spend a lot of time on this game, but here's the thing: I don't think that they
Lamar
trust
Jackson.
I just don't think they trust Haskins enough. I think the kid is talented.
No.
They gotta let him loose, man. Let him be. Let him be the quarterback he wants to be.
What's holding him back? Nobody.
The coaching staff, dude. The coaching staff.
300 plus passing yards, no touchdowns. I don't think they got held back too much.
I don't think they're letting him be who he is. The kid was a star in college, and he has all the potential in the world. Look, when he got flashy,
the ball off all the time.
No, I know, but listen, when he got flashy last year, again, Ron Rivera wasn't there last year, but when he got flashy last year, they stopped him in his tracks. Let him be that guy, and if it works, you win. And if it doesn't work, you got Alex Smith back there. Make a change. Make a change. If you're not going to let this kid be who he is, then you have to change. I'm just saying that's my 2 cents.
Listen, all I'm gonna say, you got a different management team that didn't draft Haskins in there.
That's true.
True.
So that's not their guy. So like I said, Haskins is not their guy. So they're like, hey, I'm gonna see what you got, and if you ain't good enough, you know.
We got 3 good quarterbacks coming in next year, so we can take this year, win a few games, and still be vying for the top 3, top 4 pick to go out and get that. You know, what's that one kid from South Boise State or something like that?
I know, like North Dakota State, something like that. I know you're talking about.
Like that. Trey Lance, and then you got Fields, and then you got Trevor Lawrence as well. So there's a few quarterbacks coming out.
Hey, don't sleep on my boy Trask from Florida.
Yeah, I mean he'll probably get picked, but he won't be a top, probably a first-round pick.
If he continues playing the way he's playing this year. But anyway, I digress. I'm a Gators fan. Go Gators. Trump.
And next game, Cardinals, Panthers. Cardinals come to Carolina. Pretty much don't look too great. Lose 31-21. I mean, good for the Panthers. They're playing great without McCaffrey.
Yep.
I think teams don't know where it's coming from now, as when McCaffrey's playing, they know they're going to get a heavy dose of McCaffrey.
Right.
Whereas now they're getting a little bit of Mike Davis, a little Bridgewater, a little Robbie, a little DJ Moore. Now they can spread it out, and I think they're doing a good job of that so far.
Yeah.
Are they fantasy relevant? Anyone on that team fantasy relevant right now?
Robbie
Anderson? Yeah. Yep. I got somebody. He's my starter of the week. He's my starter of the week.
Yeah.
Hey, you're yes, ma'am of the week.
He's my yes, ma'am of the week. Are we ready?
Well, not yet. We're getting there.
Yeah. Vikings, Texans, man. Vikings win 31-23. Cook, again, has a great game, 130 rushing yards, 2 touchdowns.
He's a beast.
114, 8 receptions, a touchdown.
Hey, real quick on that note, though. Check this out. Remember when I said a few weeks ago, we were talking about, it may have been last week. I don't know. I'm getting old. But with Thielen, he prospered off of having Diggs, right?
Yeah.
He's a very good wide receiver, obviously. Fantasy beast, whatever. But now that Justin Jefferson
is taking his game
you're going to see Thielen's numbers go straight like this. If you have Adam Thielen, he is on your starting roster no matter what every week because now Justin Jefferson, because now they can't double team him and they can't bring a third guy over the top. They got to keep an eye on Justin Jefferson. Let there be one more guy coming out of there. It's a wrap. I don't know if they're going to make the playoffs, but because Kirk Cousins is a loose cannon, but Adam Thielen, good call.
Moving on to the snoozer, the Rams over the Giants, 17-9. One thing I got to say about this, and we can move on. It's obviously this game was a snoozer. Jarvis Landry has thrown the ball one time this year, and has the same. He has more touchdowns than Daniel Jones has the last 3 games. Daniel Jones has this many in the last 3 games. Terrible.
Really?
Yes, 0 touchdowns the last 3 games, averaging about 190 passing yards.
Moving on.
The Colts-Bears. Colts, another snoozer, 19-11. I tell you what, if you had Blankenship in this game, he got you what, 12, 13, 14, something like that. I mean, he kicked what?
I played him in another league. I was like, this kicker keep kicking the ball, dude.
That was the highlight of the game. Your field goal kicker helping you win the fantasy game. The Bills-Raiders. Bills 30, Raiders 23. I thought it was going to be a little bit closer than that.
No.
I actually had the Raiders projected. I took the 3 points in the Raiders on my parlay, and they didn't hold up to their end of the bargain. But any thoughts on that, Wes?
The Raiders can't play defense. I'd say start your – I would say running backs against the Raiders, man. I don't like the philosophy. I don't like the coordinator. The Raiders aren't good enough to score 30 points each week. So you need help from your defense occasionally, and they didn't get it. To be honest with you, I think Buffalo should have put up more points because it didn't seem like the Raiders had an answer for Diggs. And then when they try to double Diggs, that's when John Brown. And then when you start putting 2 safeties back there to cover those guys, you get one eye on Beasley, and then they started running it with Singletary, and I was like, well, great. Now they got the numbers game in the box because we got our safeties back, and now we're going to get a whole bunch of Singletary. So it's like we were always trying to catch up to what they were doing offensively, and that's a tough place to be with a young team. And so I was like, this has got to change.
Does Ruggs even play anymore?
Nah, he's got the calf thing. They didn't put him on the IR.
Okay.
So he hasn't played the last 2 weeks. Okay. And then that one game where he was active and he didn't play. So I don't know how they're going to handle that.
Okay.
But I'm assuming he may be back this week, but I haven't read anything up on any practices or anything yet.
You know, I got him in a league, and I got to make some moves, and I'm contemplating dropping him, but I think he has potential. I think potentially, down the road, like
I had
it's hard though.
Roster spot.
I think he's at the show and prove point now, where he's got to show you something for you to keep him.
Right.
The way I look at it is, he's that guy that kind of takes the top off, so it kind of keeps the offense open. But if he's not out there, that you're going to see a lot of dinks and dunks with Derek Carr, because Derek Carr's not going to take a shot. He's not going to throw a ball for your receiver to make a 50-50, make those 50-50 catches.
Right.
He's going to be safe. Those little 5-yard passes.
Yep.
And your play's got to make a play.
Yep.
And the Raiders don't got nobody with game-breaking speed other than Jacobs, but he can get ran down. But I was like, the home run guy is Ruggs, but he ain't out there.
Yeah, that's true. He is. That's what they brought him in for, the big play guy. So, moving on to the last few games, Eagles, 49ers, Sunday night. Eagles win. Wentz does just enough to win, gets his first victory in San Fran. They're struggling. Mullins look bad.
Yeah.
It is.
You know what? Hold on. Let me say this. And I know my draft strategy, and I always preach this to Mitch, about quarterbacks and tight ends. You take them too early, you lose value in other positions. The stat line that Kittle's put up that game, like 15 targets, 15 catches, the touchdowns, that's like game-changing stuff from a tight end position, because you really don't get 40 points from your tight end spot,
right?
Regardless of who it is. Most tight ends, Kittles, Kelsey,
40
they
points,
get you 25.
40 points.
And you're ecstatic. You're like, yeah, 25 from that position. When your tight end putting up 40, that's the quarterback level numbers that he's putting up in the tight end position.
Right.
To me, that's a game-changing position.
Yeah, absolutely.
For sure. 15 catches, 183 and a touchdown.
Like a guy we're going to talk about in a few seconds here. So we could skip the next Patriots Chiefs game.
Yeah, that was a terrible. Brian Hoyer needs to retire.
Yeah.
And they need Cam to win. They need Cam to win, man. 26-10 they lost to the Chiefs. It was close. It was close to the end, and the Chiefs pulled away with it.
But they didn't even want to give Cam the number one spot there. Like, look at these two guys here. You talking about Cam?
Terrible. These guys? There's no way. Yeah. And I'm gonna give you a shout out, G. You ready? I'm gonna give you your glory second.
Oh yeah.
If you go back and listen to last week's podcast, Genius, for a no MAAM of the week, back then it was still called Sit-em, Genius said sit Travis Kelce. I mean, 10 points compared to a Kittles who gave you 40. That's a 30-point swing.
It's and you know what? Like I said earlier, Mitch, it's not that Kelce had a terrible game, because 10 points for a lot of tight ends is pretty good.
Right, it's still good. Right.
If you don't have a top-tier tight end, you're getting 10. You're like, shit, I'm happy I got 10.
Right.
Well, that's not Kelce numbers, though. Kelce's an 18 to 20 guy easily every week.
Right.
And yeah, I mean, like I said, I wasn't crazy to sit him. I wouldn't sit him every week, but that was a good time to sit him. The Patriots defense was really good.
They got a good defense, right? And that's the strategy of fantasy, is you play to your matchups. And great call. Last
game, which was another great call. Packers 30, Falcons 16.
Yep.
And the guy that I said start him last week,
and I was with you. I co-signed 150%.
You did. He had 3 touchdowns, 6 catches, 98 yards. I mean, Aaron Rodgers, another great day. Aaron Jones had a solid day with 20-some points.
And he sat most of the third quarter.
Yep. And Jamal Williams also had a great game. He had 7 or 8 catches or something like that, like 15. So I mean, that's the wrap up of football, man. Go ahead, Mitch, take over, man. Let's move on to the next segment.
Yeah, boy, it's my favorite segment and yours, people. Are you serious? I mean, it boggles my mind. Okay, so I got a good one, right? And so I'm gonna go last on this one. I'm gonna give the floor to Wes. Wes, I want your "Are you serious?" And G, you go, because mine, I swear to you guys, when I tell you this, it's gonna blow your mind, because to me you'll see. Wes,
you started. Go ahead. You start. Go ahead, Wes.
Are you serious, Calvin Ridley, the number one receiver in fantasy? Oh my God! Julio hurt. You eating all day by yourself, and I'm like, I don't know what's the problem. You and Matt Ryan, but you killed me. You're the number one receiver in fantasy, and you give me a goose egg on Monday night. What am I supposed to do with that?
Are you serious?
Sitting there just watching, and you dropped the touchdown at the end of the game to top it off.
I wasn't watching.
Are you serious?
Hey, I wasn't watching that game. How long of a touchdown pass was it? What kind of points?
It was about a 10-point. It was about 40 yards.
Yeah, it wasn't too bad, but he did drop it though. He should have caught it.
So that's, I mean,
10-point play there.
Right. I mean, you could have gone from 0 to 10, but yeah, wow.
But dude, he didn't do nothing.
Calvin Ridley made Jair Alexander look like a superstar shutdown cornerback. Okay? Don't get me wrong, he was like a second-round pick or something, first-round pick, Jair, a few years ago?
Yeah, he like from Charlotte.
Somewhere around here.
And I'm like, dude, he ain't shut down.
He Deion. He ain't no Deion. Are you serious?
Are you
At
serious?
how bad New England's backup quarterbacks played?
No.
Are you serious? Brian Hoyer should be cut ASAP. If he still has a job today, I don't know how the hell. Man, he was terrible. 18 seconds left at halftime. Third down. All you had to do was throw the ball away, and you tied a game at 6-6. Come on. Are you second half? Was it the first or second drive of the third quarter? Leads them all the way inside the 15 and throws a pick. Come on. Are you serious? Jake Stidham comes in the game, throws a pick six. Are you serious? Come on, man. Done. They need Cam back ASAP.
What is the story with him? Any updates on him?
They said he could be back this week. Bill Belichick
what happened to
said
14
today,
days quarantine?
No, he's like, if you asymptomatic, the days are shorter.
Yeah,
Okay.
but also you got to have like 2 or 3 negative COVID tests 3 days in a row or something in order to come.
Gotcha. Okay. Come a little closer. Are you serious? NFL players. I'm calling you all out. All of you. So before, when they were allowed, during this COVID, when they were allowed to report back to the facility before practice even started, they took a poll from the NFL players. And they asked these guys, how many of you want preseason games? You guys want to take a guess of the percentage that said no?
10%.
I said no. I say like 70%.
Yeah, you're way off, Wes. 78% came back and said, nah, we don't need it. We're good. Good to preseason. Blah, 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 blah.
How them injuries are working out for you.
After week two, so 2 weeks ago, the same poll went out to all active NFL players playing and on the IR. How many percentage-wise do you think came back and said we want preseason games? I know that we 26% said no. So 50-some-odd% of the NFL realized that you need preseason games. 2, sure. Okay? 4 may be a little excessive. I'll give them that, okay? But you need these games because you're ruining the fantasy world, period. And I could look. I'm not the picture perfect athlete or whatever. I've played my time, but this is what we do. Us podcasters, the NFL Football Now guys, you know, all these different shows that we watch and hear and listen to all the time. You're ruining it for the fans because you don't want to come to practice or whatever the case would be. So, are you serious, NFL? Are you serious? Really?
And just to quickly add to that, Mitch, I mean, not only the preseason, but this is also, without the preseason, proves that, I mean, we've had so many big names go down, whether it be for 2, 3, 5 weeks, the whole season, like Saquon. I mean, there's so many high-profile players that are gone because of the not getting enough practice in.
Right. You're not getting that football time in there. It's one thing to stay at home and run up a mountain with a 400-pound billy goat strapped to your chest and, you know, a 10-pound weight to your back and you're climbing a mountain. Ooh, great. If you can't get hit by Aaron Donald and wake up the next day, let's go. You know, let's call it. But look, I'm excited, man. I'm going to introduce this one because I'm excited, man. Formerly known as Stardom Siddums. We're going, yes, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
That's it.
And so we're going to start off with Genus. We're going to start off with the yes, ma'ams.
What position?
We'll do quarterback to tight end like we do every week. We're just going down.
Quarterback, I'm going to go Kyler Murray. Start him.
A bounce back
yes,
week.
Man. Yes, man.
Okay.
Jets have a middle-of-the-road defense. They're giving up almost 33 points a game. I think Kyler in Arizona get back on track here, and he has a big day. I mean, I think he throws for 300, runs for 80. gets 2 in the air, 1 on the ground, and get you 30, 35 like you normally would. But definitely a yes, ma'am, for this week.
Okay. Wes, who's yours, buddy?
Oh, my yes man is Teddy Bridgewater. He got the Falcons.
Okay.
He was
And
on
they are going to eat up the Falcons.
It's about to go down. Where is that? Is that game in Charlotte or is it in Atlanta?
In Atlanta.
In Atlanta.
Yeah.
But look, Teddy's used to this team. He played for the Saints. He knows this team.
Oh no. I'm not arguing the point.
He don't know this team.
I hear you. I think it's a great pick. My yes ma'am quarterback of the week, I'm gonna go with Deshaun Watson. They bounced his waste of a coach and GM out of town, and he's gonna show out. They're gonna get their first win this week as well over the Jaguars. They're at home. I think a lot. I think
I just don't like that offense, man.
But here's the thing, Wes. You've seen this before. The quarterback, the coach is gone. Maybe they didn't want him there. Maybe that was part of the reason he's gone right now. It was very weird to hear he got fired after Game 4. A guy who's the coach and the GM. So there had to be a lot of the inner, the guys, the J.J. Watts, the Deshaun Watson, maybe speaking up, and saying something.
I think it was like the last 4 years of junk that he's done. I think that's.
Thank you.
That doesn't help. That doesn't help either. But
his whole tenure, in my opinion.
I hear you. I hear that. All right, Wes.
Running back, Wes.
You're running back.
My running backs start of the week.
Yeah. No.
Oh, yes, man. My running back.
Yes, man.
Damn, I don't even know if there's running back's a tough position, man. Ain't nobody setting the world on fire. My yes man running back of the week. I'll go with my boy Jacobs. I need him to have a bounce back. And the only way the Raiders are going to beat Kansas City if they run the ball like New England tried to do the other night.
Yeah.
But if they're going to force Carr to throw and try to catch up to what Mahomes is doing, then scrap that plan because Jacobs are going to be irrelevant and they're going to be in catch-up mode. But I'm trying to put some good mojo out there, so I'm going with Josh Jacobs.
Okay. When I pick these, just like you guys do, I try to stay away from the top tier guys. It's kind of hard this week. I think, with a lot of injuries that we're dealing with, it's tough to kind of running back is a kind of a
running back is tough.
This week.
If you stay off the top 10, it's tough.
But I think I'm going to go with my gut on this one. I'm going to go Ronald Jones Jr. on Thursday night.
I don't like Thursday night games, so you can have that.
I hear you, but I think this is for me, and watching how he ran on Sunday, because I had him, and I've dropped him in leagues, and I actually just got him back from in one league that I had him in. He doesn't want to lose his job to Fournette. It's sort of like what Chubb and Kareem Hunt are going through, but I think Chubb and Kareem Hunt are a little bit more seasoned and smarter. See the bigger picture involved, and know that they're more part of the offense than a Ronald Jones is. Brady threw 5 touchdown passes. Ronald Jones, still had a good day, but I think that he's fighting for that job. Even when Fournette comes back healthy, he's like, I want to be that guy. So.
And I'll tell you what, Vince, I like that pick for the simple reason that Chicago has a pretty good pass defense, and I think the game is going to be closer.
Right.
I don't think it's going to be a blowout or anything, in my opinion. So I think that's good because that's a good pick because he's going to be able to run the ball.
Right.
I don't think Chicago's going to take a lead that's going to force Brady to throw like the way the Chargers did. I don't see it happening.
Big Nick Foles, baby.
Yeah. So my running back of the week, I'm going Cleveland, man. Kareem Hunt. And the reason I say this is a barring he's healthy, I mean, I don't think the Colts have faced what the Browns O-line is about to give them.
No.
They're number one in pass. They're number one in pass yards. They got the number one overall defense, and they're number 4 in rush yards allowed. The Colts. They have, like, literally, they're number one overall defense. So we're not going in. And that's why I'm picking Hunt as a bold yes man. Start him. Because if he's healthy, they're going to feature him. He catches the ball. He runs the ball. And I see a big day for Kareem. So they're only allowing 77 rush yards a game. So, I think it's a pretty bold move, but I think he's going to have a great day if he's healthy.
Okay. I'll go my yes ma'am, I'm sorry. Wide receiver of the week. I'm going CeeDee Lamb. That kid has shown me something, man. I think he's talented. And he's taking balls away from Amari. Shoot, Michael Gallup, does he even play for the Cowboys anymore? I mean,
if Dallas wants to win,
2, 3 catches,
they better run the ball.
Yeah, I mean,
Dallas wants to win, they need to run the ball.
I agree, but I like what this kid can do. What he's showing us. I mean, he's scoring touchdowns. He's catching everything thrown his way, and look, if Dak keeps on throwing 500 yards, throwing the ball as much as he's throwing it, it's got to go to somebody, and CeeDee's catching them. So I'm going CeeDee. That's my pick.
For sure, number 2 receiver, but a darn good one.
Yeah. I mean,
Amari still had 12 catches last week.
Right.
CD had like 6, but he had 2 touchdowns to go with it. So
right. So from a fantasy perspective, I'm going CeeDee all day.
Yes.
All right, G.
I'm going Adam Thielen.
Ooh, yes. We talked about him earlier.
Seattle has a top 5 rush D. I think they will slow, not stop Cook, but will make Cousins have to throw that ball. And I think both Justin Jefferson and Adam Thielen have a big day.
Yeah. I could not. I totally agree with you on that one. I mean, that's butter. James, give me a wide receiver, bud.
My wide receiver. I'm trying to look at anybody who plays freaking Atlanta. Sorry, but
the Pick on Atlanta show. I love it.
My yes man. Damn, he may be in the top. I was going to say Tyler Lockett, but now he in the top. So let me back up off of him. I'm going to give you Terry McLaurin. Like, I know you trying to hype me up.
We talk about him every week. I mean, he's good.
The dude had 10 catches last week.
No, I'm saying he's good. We talk about him every week. He's a good receiver. Again,
not a top 10 receiver.
I'm
putting him in there.
He's creeping it. He's creeping there.
It's close.
He's creeping there.
For the season, he's got 26 catches, 387 yards, and a touchdown.
I mean,
he's up there. I mean, that's what 60 fantasy points at least.
Yeah. All right, Wes, give me your tight end yes ma'am of the week.
Oh shit! This coming week?
Yeah, he's on a bye though. You can't pick him.
I know, right? I'm hoping my man Mo give me another touchdown this week. Mo Alley Cox.
Yeah, Mo Alley, baby. That was great. That was awesome.
So I got to see how he do against Cleveland.
Yeah.
But I think that's who Phillip Rivers only throws to, the tight end.
He loves the tight end.
That's my starter of the week also, Mo Alley Cox.
Okay.
And the reason, I mean, Cleveland has given up 28 receptions, 275 yards, 4 touchdowns to tight ends this season. That's the 4th most fantasy points allowed to tight ends.
Wow.
In the last 2 games, he scored a touchdown, Mo Alley, and the game before that, the second game of the season, he had over 100 yards receiving. So I think it's a great bet to pick him against a not-so-great Cleveland defense against the tight ends.
I got a couple questions, tight end. One, I don't know if any of you guys rostered Evan Ingram. I need to know what's going on in that situation because he get a lot of targets, but
just not catching the ball, man. He's just not catching it. I mean, he's not.
So is that on Danny Dimes?
That's on Daniel Jones in my opinion. I mean, he's playing terrible. Like I said, 0 touchdowns in the last 3 games. He has 2 for the season in 4 games. I mean, don't get me wrong. I don't think the line is doing great, but I think their whole football team just went to crap once Saquon got hurt. Like that. trying to win.
Who are you afraid of on that team now? Nobody. You're not afraid of anyone on the Giants. Their biggest weapon and an amazing weapon is gone.
Yeah.
But I'm looking at, you know me, I'm always looking at garbage time points. And
right.
Like I said, and when you looking around the tight end position, garbage time points count just as well as regular points. So he's getting a lot of targets. I just don't know why he's not turning them over.
Because I think when it comes to the garbage time, I think he's looking at Shepard. Honestly, I think he's looking at Tate and Shepard to try to get him back in the game.
One last thing on tight ends with O.J. Howard going down. That mean anything for Gronk or Brait?
Brait.
I think it helps Brait.
Yeah, totally.
I wouldn't know how much until they get in there because remember, Arians doesn't like to use the tight ends a lot.
Yeah, he's not a big tight end guy.
You heard what he said after week 2 when Gronk had another 0 targets. He said, "Look, we're not throwing 400 yards to the tight ends. We're not throwing 30 times to the tight ends. That's what we pay our receivers for."
Right.
So,
but they only got one. They only got Evans because Godwin is out and Scotty Miller.
Scotty Miller played. He had a touchdown last week. I think.
Touchdown.
All right. Yeah. All right. I'll check him out Thursday.
So, my yes ma'am tight end. I'm gonna go Hunter Henry on Monday night against the Saints. If the Saints are gonna miss Lattimore again and Janoris Jenkins again, I mean. I
like me some Justin Hubert, man. I like him too. I like young quarterbacks. I want to throw it.
I may start him this week, Justin Herbert, because again, if those guys are hurt again, I mean, it's going to be a shootout. Now it is home, so Breeze is going to put points up, but Herbert's going to throw the ball. I mean, he likes to throw the ball.
So. Exactly, he's going to be playing from behind.
Yeah,
very accurate, throwing the ball well, moving the ball down the field. I mean, he's hitting the guys he need to hit.
Yep.
Keenan Allen is eating like crazy.
Eating.
Yes.
He's happy. All right, G, who's yours, man?
I did mine. I was
you did yours.
Yep. So
all right. So I'll start. Who started off on the yes, ma'am?
Go ahead.
Now, I'll let you go. You start on the quarterbacks. No, ma'ams.
No, ma'am.
No, you're not playing on my team.
Carson Wentz. Bench him. Cut him. Do something.
I like that.
Yeah, no.
Steelers are going to hit him fast and hard. Game will be close, I think. I think the game will be close. I just don't think he has a great week, man. I see 2 turnovers minimum. Don't know how it's going to happen. 2 fumbles, 2 picks, maybe 2 of each against the Steelers defense. I don't think they have a shot.
Who got a better defense, the Steelers or the 49ers?
Steelers.
Steelers.
At this point, the Steelers.
Yeah.
Fully healthy, it's real close.
Yeah.
Because I'm just saying, Wentz won against the 49ers in San Fran. So I'm like, if it's defense and he don't got no weapons.
Nick Bosa was out too when he played him.
All right.
I mean, you got T.J. Watt who was damn healthy and ready to hit him, and then you got the rest of that line. That's just.
And then you got Devin Bush.
And then their safeties are good, their cornerbacks are good, their linebackers are good. I mean, the Steelers have a whole total package. They don't have just one player. Yeah, you could say Watt, but they have a whole bunch of players behind there, man.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm gonna go. And maybe it's a little bit reverse psychology because of you'll hear the battle royal that's gonna happen this week. I'm gonna know, ma'am, Jared Goff this week. He plays down to his competition. If he's playing,
who they got?
What'd you say?
Washington
Who
football.
the Rams got?
Washington.
The football team.
The football team.
They're underrated. I don't want to say they're underrated defense, but they.
I'm talking overall. When you look at statistic wise or whatever, when you look at this game, the Rams should win this game, hands down, right? Jared Goff and that team sometimes just plays way too down to their count. Dude, I went into that game Sunday against the Giants thinking I started in another league. Jared Goff, Cooper Kupp, Tyler Higbee, and Henderson. Nothing. I got garbage points at the end. 50. literally a 20-point play between Jared Goff and Cooper Kupp. I need more. He had like 16 points total for me.
He didn't do too well last week.
If they were playing someone good, I'd start him all day long. But since they're playing the team from Washington that plays football, no thank you. All right, who's up?
Probably me.
Yeah.
My no ma'am QB start of the week.
The sit of the week.
Sit of the week.
Man. Come on, man.
It's backwards, right?
Wait. Are you serious? Are you serious?
Psychology on you, Mitch.
Yeah, I know he is.
No, but I'm doing what you did, Genius. You pulled out a top 10 tight end last week. I'm pulling out a top 5 quarterback. I am no mamming Josh Allen against the Tennessee Titans. He's not getting no more than 20 points.
The COVID Titans, baby. How many points?
Put a stamp on it. No more than 20.
That's it. No more than 20.
No more than 20. He got to come back down to reality at some point.
He's a top 5 quarterback. So
he's probably top 3, honestly.
Yeah, probably if you look at it.
Yeah, remember, the standings come out tomorrow, so we really don't know because we're a little early on Tuesday night. But, yeah, I guarantee he's probably top 3 or top 4.
All right. I'm going to kick off the no-man running back, sit him of the week, and I'm going to go Jonathan Taylor from the Colts.
So did I. I have this.
He's breaking my heart, man. He's supposed to do something.
I just don't see it. I think that is going to be a very one-sided game. I mean, shout out to the Browns, man. This will make them 4-1. I think this week. I think that they're gonna steamroll them, and Phillip Rivers is gonna go back to being Phillip Rivers and just throw the ball. And if it's close, he'll throw a pick 6 at the end for them to lose. So, sit. Jonathan Taylor, boo.
Yeah, and you know what, Mitch? I'm with you on that. And the reason is, for me, is Browns D is allowing 91 rush yards a game, right? They're number 4 in the NFL or number 5 in the NFL in rush yards allowed, right? They're terrible on pass yards, but they're really good on rush yards allowed.
Okay.
And the leading rusher that has on all the teams that they have faced so far, which is Zeke, 54 yards, the leading rusher that we've allowed. That's the most yards we've allowed to a back.
Wow.
I mean, Lamar had 45. Antonio Gibson from Washington had 49. Joe Mixon, who's a great back, only had 46 against them. So I don't see him having a great day for that reason. I think Nyheim Hines has a better day because he's going to catch the ball more.
Right.
But yeah, that's why I'm with you on that as well. That was my no man also.
All right, Wes, no man running back for you, bud.
Melvin Gordon. I don't like the matchup against New England this week. I think if you give Belichick a rookie quarterback and knowing that you're going to run the ball all day, he's going to take that away and give this quarterback some funky looks.
And it's in New England.
So I just don't like Melvin Gordon this week because I think New England's going to stack the box and force the quarterback to throw, and Bill's just going to trick him with these defensive looks.
Great, no, ma'am. I agree totally. I think that game is going to be a dud.
Yeah, definitely not going to be exciting.
I can see it easily like 9-7 or some stuff like that. Because I think it's just as bad. They're quarterbacks.
So is it a total stay away fantasy wise?
I probably would have Kevin's back.
Unless I got New England's defense, that's the only thing I'll probably be confident in because I don't trust what's his name, Rippon, the quarterback for Denver.
Rip it, baby.
And if Cam ain't in there, you got to deal with Hoyer or Stidham again. And I'm like, man, I don't. If you had to pick these two quarterbacks playing each other, it's like I don't want no part of that. Like,
offensively, nothing to do with it.
Wes, take me to the wide receivers, man.
All right, man. I ain't had no sit, but I want to put Ridley there so bad because he pissed me off last week. Hey, your boy Mitch Gallup.
Yeah.
He started as the number 2. Now he might be the 3rd option, the 4th option in Dax Reed's.
Right.
But you got Amari Lamb, maybe the tight end Schultz,
Or
And then
Zeke.
Gallup
He's
is
been
a deep
showing
guy.
out. He's been showing out.
So, I mean, Gallup, he's turning into like a hit or miss guy. Like some weeks, he's boom,
Right.
30 points. And other weeks, it's like, damn, dude, you got 4 points. Where you at?
No, I hear you.
So, he's my guy.
Who you got, G?
I'm going back to that one we just talked about, that dud game. Jerry Jeudy. Patriots have a really good defense, man.
Yeah.
Judy's a big play guy.
Yep.
I just don't think against a Belichick defense that they're going to be able to go deep. Right?
No,
I mean, you
agree.
see what they did to KC. They kept everything in front of them for 3.5 quarters.
Right.
And I just don't see a big play happening. And to me, that's the only time Jeudy gets the balls on a big play.
Okay.
So I'm going to say no, man.
No, ma'am. No, ma'am. I'm gonna my no man wide receiver. I'm gonna go Juju Smith-Schuster. Sit him down. Don't let him get off the bus. Lock him in the bus. Put him in his room. Whatever you need to do.
You think big play Slay going to shut him down?
I think Slake is definitely going to shut him down, but I just don't look at him and see number one. And you got Deontay's healthy. The other kids, Washington's healthy. I just do not. I think Juju may have. If I could throw a number, maybe 14 to 17 points.
That's pretty good for Juju, though.
No, but he'll get some garbage time. That'll be, if they're, but and it'll be on one play. It's not going to be a multitude of play. Like, I think the way a lot of us think, especially, Wes and I, we've been strategizing and playing fantasy together for a minute now, is volume. I like volume. My PPR leagues, we're in volume. I'm sitting Juju this week. I just don't. I don't like the matchup, and I don't like him as a number one.
Yep.
Wes?
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am. What, tight end?
Wide receiver. I know you went. No, you did wide receiver.
Yeah.
Okay, so tight end. Yeah, we go tight end then.
I touched on it like Evan Ingram, but since we already did that, what's the dude? I don't even know. The dude Thomas from the Washington team.
Washington.
I was reading up on him as he's a sleeper and all this stuff. He's the next guy, and damn Haskins, man, Mitch, he's got to go. Get Haskins out of there.
I'm a Haskins guy, man.
I'll
I
take
like
Kyle Allen from the Panthers that Ron Rivera stole, put him in there, and get these guys some catches.
So you would start Kyle Allen right now over Alex Smith?
Alex Smith is a great story, like I said, and I just worry about Alex Smith's health. That's why I don't want him to be another quarterback.
He's cleared to play. I mean, you got that guy sitting.
I don't know, man. It's the way his leg looked when it happened. I'm like, dude,
Teddy Bridgewater.
You've done enough. You've done enough in football to be set for life. You don't have to prove nothing to me.
Right.
But
also, I don't need to see him
from that perspective. I agree.
I don't need him to prove nothing that he can come back and be the quarterback. But he's not the future of Washington.
No.
I don't think Haskins is either.
Right.
Look at this. Listen to this. I read up so much on the Redskins with McLaurin, Gibson running back. I was looking for tight end sleepers. They've been talking about this dude Logan, and I'm like, okay, you can't have all this potential all over the place, and nothing is coming to fruition. Like something ain't working here, where everybody's like, oh, this guy's looking good in camp. This guy's looking good in camp. This guy. They're not saying the quarterback is looking good in camp.
Right.
They're not saying the quarterback is having a good 4 weeks. So
right. No, I agree.
I think it's time to pull the plug, man. I think one or two more games. You see, Rivera just had a talk with him after last week's game.
Yeah.
He comes out this week. He throws over 300 yards, no touchdowns. He ran for one, but no touchdowns. So, at some point, you got to pull the plug.
You give me your tight end, bud.
My tight end, Mike Gesicki. Okay. He's been trending the wrong way in Miami the last few games. 2 catches, albeit 1 for a touchdown. San Francisco's allowing the 3rd fewest points to tight ends. I just don't see a big day from him anymore. I think they're getting ready to change Fitzpatrick out for Tua in the next few
Another
games.
one. Thank you, G.
Yeah,
Another situation. They need to go with something new.
Go with the young guy. I mean, that's the future. Let the guy play.
Right.
Look at Herbert. He got thrown into a situation, and he's looking
good.
damn
Yep.
good right now. Let
Tyrod's
Tua play.
in
He's
trouble.
healthy. He's been healthy forever. Let the guy play.
Right.
Yep.
It's Tua time.
You're not going to win anyways. You're 1-3. You're in the AFC East or whatever. Yeah, AFC. You're not going to win it. You got Buffalo. You got New England. You're not going anywhere. Miami. Just let them play. Let them get the experience and get beat up a little bit.
I agree.
Well, let's pick on the AFC East a little bit then. So I'm my tight end, no ma'am, of the week, the month, the century, the rest of the time this kid's alive. Chris Herndon. No.
I banged on him 2 weeks ago. I was like, get out of here.
Last year when he was injured, right? And he was supposed to come back, and they were hyping him up like P. Diddy was making videos for him and stuff. I mean, he was supposed to be the man. I don't even think he could catch COVID right now. Like, he's that bad. He's that bad. He's bad. He's bad. All right. Well, it's real quick. We're gonna go through the schedule of this upcoming week.
We just go through the upsets of the week. We just go through the upsets.
What you feel is going to be the upset of the week. I want to start.
Bengals. Whoa, that's a bold one there over the Ravens, right?
Look at it. Look at it and shine.
In Baltimore?
In Baltimore.
Baltimore.
You ready?
Oh,
Wait.
no.
Not only am I going to give you an upset, but I'm going to give you some quick, bold predictions. You ready? Mark Andrews, under 50 yards reception, no touchdowns. Lamar
Dude, he's
Jackson,
not a yards guy anyway.
Hey, watch it, pal.
No, I'm just saying, Andrews is not a yards guy.
He's a touchdown machine.
He's a touchdown-dependent player.
No touchdowns this week. They will. The Bengals will hold the Ravens to under 100 yards rushing. Lamar Jackson throws one touchdown. Bengals win 28-10.
Wow, you're talking a blowout.
Let me tell you why. And the score is probably not going to happen.
What you smoking?
Yeah, I mean, look, I had a few drinks around it. But here's what I'm going to say. That Joe Burrow for the last 3 weeks he broke an NFL record, first rookie ever in the history of the NFL to throw over 300 or more yards in 3 consecutive games as a rookie, okay? He wanted this win. The team needed this win. That was the best defensive performance the Bengals have put on in about 2 years, okay? It was a statement game for them.
You're talking about this week.
What they just did against the Jaguars last week.
Yeah, you know who they were playing though, right?
The Jaguars.
Look, any given Sunday. Whatever, man. Listen.
That's what I say about that.
Listen.
Thanks for passing it, bitch.
Listen, if the Bengals could win this game, and they know this because the coach is telling them this, if the Bengals could win this game, the Bengals are legit for the rest of the season. Mark my words. And that's what they're aiming for. That's what they're aiming for.
Bold prediction right there.
You got it. You heard it from me. G, upset of the week.
I'm going Falcons over the Panthers. I mean, yes, it's an upset. Panthers are 2-2. They're riding a good wave. They've been putting it together the last few weeks. I believe this is where they come back to their senses this week. Atlanta has won 5 straight against the Panthers. 8 out of the last 9. The last time the Panthers beat Atlanta was November 2017, and it was 20-17 the score, okay? It's not going to be 2020 because then it ends in a tie. So that's not going to happen. I see Atlanta coming out. I see Julio, if he's healthy, if he plays, having a big day. I see Ridley shaking off what happened this past Monday.
I hope so.
A big day. And I don't know. I think even Hayden Hurst maybe catches a touchdown. I think they win. I think it's a shootout, high 20s, low 30s. It's a close game, but I think Atlanta pulls it out at the end.
Okay. Wes, real quick, what's your upset of the week, bub?
I want to say 2, but I don't know if it's an upset if you got a better record. Like, I wanted to say Jacksonville over Houston because I'm not buying it. Right. And I think all the O'Brien drama is going to, keep them confused a little bit for a week, and they're not going to be ready for that. But also, I want to go Philly over Pittsburgh. I got to look at the line on that. I even look at some points to kind of see how many points Philly's probably getting, but I think Philly can win that. Straight up.
Wow. Okay.
Like I said, it'll be close. Like I think they'll win like 2017, something like that. But I don't think it's going to be convincingly.
Okay.
I can just see Philly having the ball last and just scoring, last.
Pulling what they did last week.
Yep.
Against another great defense. That would be big, man, because
just like making a play when they have to, and then boom.
Right. All right. Well, it's that time of the week, man. Again, it's why you people show up, man. It's again, I said it earlier. We're better than that show on the FX, the league. This is the league, the No MAAM Fantasy Football League. Every year it just gets better and better and better. We'll give you guys a little preview of what you're going to start seeing because this is how we kind of roll sometimes, You get my background. Whoa, we got the No MAAM, baby. No MAAM, no MAAM. So let's let's kick it off. I mean, it was a great week. I mean, we had people move up in spots because of wins and losses. Wes lost. I'm sorry. What was that? I'm sorry. Did I say it out loud? Wes lost?
I'm not worried, man. I didn't think my team to get healthy.
Okay. I'll tell you what, he's still not in last place, even after a loss.
He's still not in last place. But
it feels good.
but our last shout out to Marsho. Got to give it to him. He's no longer on the snipe. Everyone in No MAAM now has at least one win. Good job, No MAAM. Good job, baby. Very proud of you. Very proud of you. We got but we do got 4 people at 1 and 3. One is on this podcast, and his name starts with the W.
I don't know what you're talking about.
With an S.
He's having a rough start, man. He's having a rough start. I gotta get, I gotta say that. But let's do a kind of a quick recap of last week. Dude, I did it again. I scored 170 points. It's been 3 weeks. I feel like Joe Burrow. 3 weeks in a row over 150 points.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
to your career day for Mixon, yeah, man. I mean,
man. I mean, I had a good balance. It was close. I mean, I'll be honest. I once I knew that Cam wasn't going to play, I kind of figured I knew that Edelman wasn't going to do anything on Monday night. So,
You know how you had a good week, man? You know when you had a good week? When your kicker is your 3rd highest scorer.
Yeah.
You know you're having a great week, bro.
No, but
that's why I said 170 and your kicker's your 3rd highest scorer.
18 points on that Monday night. Go Jets, baby. Go McManus. Pick up McManus. Kicker of the week.
Yes, sir. And you know what's funny is real quick, Kelly had 2 of the top 5 scorers.
Oh, yeah.
And still lost.
Yeah. I mean, I told you what now, but think of it.
A stack. He had the Tom Brady Evans stack.
Yeah. So I look at it like this from this perspective. I mean, I scored 100 points, 170 points, with Jared Goff giving me 13 and Cooper Kupp only giving me 17. Let's just say Goff had a 34-point game and Kupp had a 40-point or 25 to 35-point game. I'm over 200 at that point. So, but yeah, shout out to me, man. I'm 2 and 3. I'm coming back, baby. 5th place. If the season was to end today,
2 and 3 after 4 games. That don't even add up, man. You 2 and 2.
2-2. I'm sorry. 2-2.
Because he knew this L was coming, Gene. He see this L coming this week. That's
what it is.
We'll talk about that
in a second. I got you.
If the playoffs were to start this week, I'm in.
No,
Wes,
that's true.
Would you be in?
If the season ended today, you'd be giving everybody their money back.
Valid point. What? G, your game? I mean, I'll let you talk about your game.
I mean, my game, it wasn't much to brag about. I mean, it was almost like the Rams and Giants game. Like one of those snoozers. We barely put up points, right. But I put up enough points. And I think he had Devontae Adams was a late second scratch.
Yeah.
Couldn't pick up anybody, so he had to go out and get this. What did he have? No, this ain't the right one. Sorry.
Yeah, you were playing big chips.
No, he had Julio in. He got hurt. That's what it was. Yeah, my other league, I was playing against Devontae Adams, and then he was a late scratch, so he had to pick up one of they Taylor or something like that. We had one catch, and I only had a kicker playing and still beat him. So.
Right, but here's the thing. You lost Eckler early.
Yes.
And you still pulled it through. So kudos.
My running backs gave me a total of 8 points.
Yeah, that's not good.
That was terrible.
Yeah.
And now I got 2 running backs out. McCaffrey and Eckler, 2 of my top 3 picks.
Wow. Yeah, that's
but guess what? I'm in 4th. I'm 3-1. I'm okay. I can ride the wave. McCaffrey got 1 more week miss, and then he'll be back, and my team will be back to normal.
Are they saying what is the word on McCaffrey?
He can come off IR after this week, and coach said he's doing great right now. So
okay,
I would fully expect him to come off at the earliest, obviously Monday or Tuesday of next week.
Wes, do you want to talk about your defeat?
Do you want to talk about the Battle of the Toilet Bowl?
No, hey, what did you tell me? I lost. I couldn't even put together a lineup.
Yeah, you're that injured, are you?
You're really injured, dude. You got some great
Like
players.
I said, I got Thomas, Godwin, Mostert. I had to find players to kind of stick in there.
Right.
So, like I said, once my guys get ready, I'm all right. I'm not worried. Like I said, I got to win.
They're not ready this week. They won't be ready this week.
Mostert might come back. They said, and Michael Thomas is back.
Like I said, I just need my number 1 pick back, and then this lineup will be all right. Like I said, it's hard to kind of match 150 points, 125 points when your number 1 pick ain't in there. You got to kind of find it in other positions.
Well, I want to talk about the next one because Big Stu got 2 wins, and it's not week 13 yet. What's going on?
Big Stu owns his kids. I know that this year.
Yes, he does.
I think Big Stu beat
nice
Mitch, and then came back and beat his other son.
That's right.
He owned y'all this year. That's all I like. Big Stu, shout out to Big Stu.
Hey,
Big Stu, you own him this year. Talk all the crap you want.
Literally own them, Stu.
Well, he literally and figuratively owns us. But here's the thing: it took me back to when we were kids, and he used to beat us sometimes when we were bad kids. He's beating us like that. He's beating us like we're his little kids again. So
yeah.
I mean, his only 2 wins against me, his son, and his other son. So.
And I'll tell you what, looking at it on Sunday afternoon or Sunday evening, I'm like, why the heck would he start Mullins and not Mahomes? Even if he starts Mahomes, he loses. It doesn't matter.
Right, but see here, that was on me, and I'll tell you why. So my brother called me and asked me about what should he do. Give me some. He asked me for some advice.
Do you think I would ever ask you for advice? I'm in the same league as you.
Listen. It was for. He said it was for another league. I didn't. I am not responsible for his
what?
actions.
Yeah, why the hell are you bitching?
Okay, listen. Okay, listen. First off, on Sunday that game was postponed, right?
Listen to me.
Wait, hold on a second. Hold on. That game was postponed. There was no guarantees that that game was definitely gonna go on, especially what we've been seeing with this COVID. Okay, so there was no guarantees until Monday morning when they retested everybody and said it was good to go.
No, listen to this.
No, you knew Sunday, at least Sunday
No,
night.
you didn't. No, you
Sunday,
didn't.
In that game, that was a double header.
Let me tell you something. Sunday morning, before 1 o'clock kickoffs, I had Fitzpatrick in, right? Because I'm like, let me start Fitzpatrick because I got Mahomes. Then what I did was I said, let me pick up Mullins in my other league because I got Mahomes in my other league. Let me pick up Mullins in case I cannot start Fitzpatrick at 1 because if I do, then I'm doomed if they play Monday night, right?
Right.
So I said, okay, I cut Fitzpatrick. He had till 8 o'clock at night, man.
No,
that's what I'm saying.
I'm telling you, they
announced the game on Sunday.
They announced that late
at 12 o'clock.
It's different than the Tennessee-Pittsburgh, where the Tennessee team, you only had one player from New England was the quarterback. Worst thing they could do is just move the day. They weren't going to cancel the game for one player.
Listen, when they said on Sunday, they said that we have to do another round of testing before we can confirm there will be a game on Monday.
Okay, period. They tested Cam on Saturday.
Any way you look at it, I said my advice to him was, if it was me, I'm treating it as a bye week. And like you just said, even with Mahomes in there, he still would have lost.
He still wouldn't have won. Yeah,
so it doesn't matter.
He still would have lost no matter what. So yeah, it was good. But let's talk about your upset of the week that never really came to fruition.
Fine.
You picked Carl last week to beat Carlos in Columbia in 6, and he had 174 to 127.
So
I try to tell you, Carlos got a hammer over there.
His bench scored 108 points. His bench scored more than West did, his whole team. His bench. No lie. Like 108 points off his bench. He got Kareem Hunt. He got
a hammer, dude.
He got Robbie Anderson. Bro, he's like Marshall last year. Somebody's going to get hot. He better watch out.
Who let this guy in the league? That would be me. Shout out to Carlos, man. Good job, buddy. Good job.
He's killing it. Carlos, you're killing it, buddy.
Yes. Kenny and Lewis beat Kenny. It is what it is. Lewis is good though. Lewis got a good squad, man. He's 3-1.
And then he goes and benches CeeDee Lamb. I mean, he's getting them. He's still getting the wins.
Right.
But I think he's benching the wrong people every week. But he's winning, so you can't complain, right? He's winning. He put CeeDee Lamb on his bench, put up 25. You should have known he was going to put up points against the Browns out of any time.
But we've talked about last week. Let's talk about this week. Hey, Genius, who do you play this week, bud?
I play straight out of Coughlin. Yo, Daddy, he ain't about to own me like he own y'all.
No, that's Butch. That's Butch.
No. Yeah, that's my brother.
Oh, that's your brother. I thought I played your brother last week. Big Chips. I don't know, dude. I'm so confused.
Big Chips is Devin.
So I'm playing Carl this week. I mean, he has a decent team. Adam Thielen,
right? Russell,
Gibson. I mean, I haven't put my lineup in. He hasn't put his lineup in. But I'll tell you right now, I ain't scared. I ain't scared. My team figures out a way. I'm the lowest scoring team in the league. I'm 3-1. That means I'm not giving up a bunch of points. Right? I got a great defense right now, bro. I'm like New England minus 10, but I'm winning.
He's acting like he's out there. All right, guys, you go right, you go left.
And I mean, I'm winning. I'm winning at the end of the day, so it's working. But no, I mean, this is going to be a close game, like all my other ones have been. I'll tell you right now, to be honest, I took my spanking from Carlos in week 1, and I've been good ever since.
Okay.
Week 1.
We got Devin versus my brother. It seems like my brother's projected to beat him by like 20. You got Kenny going up against Marshall. Marshall looking for his second win. Kenny looking for his third. I think Marshall's going to get his second, personally. I don't know. Lewis got a tough matchup against Carlos, but Lewis is projected to win. So I mean,
but remember, they still haven't switched teams yet, man. You got to remember, they don't switch their players till Wednesday, Thursday.
That's true.
That's going to change.
And then you got my dad versus Kelly. It's toss up. I'm going to go Kelly in this one personally. I think Kelly gets off the snide and gets back on, gets to his second elusive win.
Big Papa, right? Let me see here. Let me see that right quick. Hold on.
I mean, it's projected 116 to 117, so.
I'm going to say, but let me look at their bench because, you got to look at their bench too.
Yeah, you got to look at some of the depth on that team.
Daddy has nobody.
I see a lot of IRs.
There's Henry on the bench. Like, there's some them hitters on the bench.
I mean, my dad got Adams on the bench, Devontae on the bench, Tony Michelle on the bench.
But they got bye week.
But they on the bye.
Devontae got a bye week.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I mean, he has no choice.
Well, I'm just saying he got Henry on the bench and he's not on no bye.
He's putting him in for Freeman. He better put him in for Freeman.
Oh no, Kelly better put in Derrick Henry. He will once again.
Henry and Crowder.
Yeah, I want to talk to Kelly. He needs to drop Jordan Reed. Just get rid of him. Yeah, he's wasting an IR spot on him. So just get rid of him.
IR don't matter. He can leave him there how the heck he wants.
Yeah.
As long as he ain't got him in his regular lineup, he should be good.
Yeah, and then the matchup.
We got a commissioner's matchup, G.
Who
you got? No,
commissioner's
you can't even say
matchup.
no, Mitch. Who you got, G? Commissioner's matchup.
I'm going to say, you know what? Hold on. Let me look at y'all team right quick, man. Let me look at this one right here.
I ain't even set up. Let me do
Don't
some
say
roster
nothing, guys.
management
Don't say
real quick.
nothing. Give me 30 seconds. Don't say nothing. Give me, Galladay's on the bye. Ooh, looking for opportunities. Hey, I'm going to put it like this, Mitch. If Michael Thomas plays, if Mostert comes back and plays, I see you losing this week. I say it's going to be close. It can go either way.
It's an
I'm gonna go with the underdog, and I'm gonna go with West this week because he needs to win anyway.
He's favored to win by 10. I'm the underdog.
But that's right now. All this stuff will change.
Yeah, like I said, they didn't. The projections ain't updated the way they should be. Like I don't go by that. I just go by.
And I'm sure you're not starting Minnesota over against Seattle. If you do, that's just you want to lose.
Yeah.
I'm not talking about any of my pending transactions on the application right now that I have going for my waiver wire picks or working the waiver wire. I'm not going to share that with you right now. That's okay. But I got a guy that if he comes back this week could be a difference maker, just like that. A.J. Brown. I mean, he's healthy.
I think it's going to be close. Like I said, I think it's going to be close.
We just got a lot. It's the commissioners. We Wes and I, as I've said it to you guys before, we're in multiple leagues together. I'm up 2-0 right now in two of the leagues we've played each other in so far.
Wes, I'm rooting for you, Wes. I think you got this, man.
I appreciate it.
Come on.
But see, he leaves out.
Listen,
he don't want to
I've known you longer than you've known him.
I am the
Where's your damn loyalty, man?
I'm just being honest, man. I'm just being honest. I see him with the good opportunity to take you out, which helps me out also. Remember that. You got to have some kind of incentive for me.
Well, because I'll tell you this. If I win this week, when I win this week, I go to 3-2, and because I score a lot of points, I could jump into second place.
It depends on who loses. I ain't losing.
See, Mitch, I am the champion, the reigning champion in the league. So
here we go.
I know I got a slow start.
Listen, you got yours.
Hey, I'm sorry, Mitch. I don't normally do this. Blood and Bone. I know some of y'all watch this. Blood and Bone.
Look at that.
Say it out, Blood and Bone.
Look at that, right there, buddy.
Flexing on you, man.
Right there.
Flexing on you.
Right there. As they say.
Nah, it's all good, though.
Kiss the ring, baby.
Like I said,
it's
always fun to play your buddies.
Yeah, it's always good. Usually because now, and he I'm going to let him speak on this in about 2 seconds. But on a typical week that Wes and I play each other,
we don't talk.
We've been friends for 40 plus years. We don't talk at all because we like to actually shoot back and forth off of ideas. Like he'll ask me advice, I'll ask him advice. We played golf this morning together. We were very pleasant with each other.
Maybe y'all turn in a new leaf as y'all get older, as y'all get closer. You get closer to 50, you start forgetting about it now.
It's the podcast.
Why you call us out like that, man?
It's the podcast bringing us together, baby. Yeah, young bastard. But no, we'll have some fun with it. We always will. I am gonna be at baseball again this week. We got another tournament. Got a doubleheader on Saturday. If it doesn't rain, it's supposed to rain.
Messing up, man. We do it big every Sunday at the house, man. I got 3 TVs set up, and we watch the games. We hang out, talk a little crap.
Hey, if it rains and the games get canceled, warm me up a seat, buddy.
Hey, they're always here, man. We always got some guys here. We always hanging out. We always chilling and doing what we do best, and watching football.
Well, boys.
And watching football.
It's getting to be that hour. We've actually gone way over, but it's always great time with us, man. It doesn't time. We don't live by no clock here in the No Man Podcast. If you're interested, you staying. If you're not, you're a loser. Boom. Blow us up. You know what it is. Episode 4 next week. 5. I think next week we're gonna have a special guest. We may actually have a No Ma'am, non-participant No Ma'am guest on next week, just to kind of give us another fantasy perspective. You know, he's a good guy. I'm gonna send him an invite and see what his schedule is like. But look, as always, man, it'll be up on the YouTube page. Blow us up. Help us out. Get your friends, your family, everybody. Seriously, look out, because when we blow up, we all blow up, right? So,
that's it.
All right.
Genus, thank you.
Out, guys. Much love.
Wes, love you to death, baby, but I hope you lose this
I
week.
need a victory today.
We'll see next week who's coming back with the dub and who's coming back with the L.
Hey, whatever happens, man. Keep it clean, baby. Yo, Universe, we love you, baby.
Y'all have a good one, man.
Peace out.
Peace.